So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to express my very thanks to Institute for Cultural Diplomacy for such an opportunity to have a word in this symposium on such a significant date for the United Nations organization. And also, big thanks to Bulgarian Consulate for this second day of our conference. Louder? Okay, I'll try to. So I expressed many thanks to everybody. And now I'm continuing with my topic. Today I didn't come alone. I brought this cute little beer, which I bought yesterday in the United Nations shop. And I really like it. And as I noticed, lots of you also like him. But honestly talking, he is a true illustration of the problem that I'm going to touch in my speech today. Stereotypization. There is a stereotype that white bears work in snowy Russian streets. Also, Russia is very often compared in words press with a powerful bear. But now, personally, I assured that all white bears sit in the United Nations headquarters in New York, and there are no white bears in Russian streets. The second point is that what about the image of the bear which Russia is perceived in the world? I hope that this nice bear, saying in Russia Mishka, will help to make my presentation not so serious. Today we gathered to discuss cultural diplomacy, and here are some of my favorite quotations how the researchers interpret this phenomenon. Milton Cummings defined it as an exchange of the ideas, information, arts and other cultural aspects between two societies. This is being made in order to reach mutual understanding, and we have heard a lot about understanding yesterday and today. Joseph Nye emphasized that culture is a significant element of soft power. He divided culture in two categories: high, literature, arts, education, which appeals to elites as he thought, and mass, popular culture and street culture. Simon Anhalt noticed culture's ability to attract people's attention first to a foreign, not their native country, then to its lifestyle. So he offered to understand culture as means that may play the decisive role in changing the perception of the one country by international audience. I also tried to resume characteristics that culture possesses and that explain its special peacemaking role in intergovernmental relations. The great international cultural events, festivals, and so on really draw attention of the global audience, create the conditions influencing foreign delegations to visit the host country, so that during the visits they make their own opinion about the host country without myths, without stereotypes. Secondly, high-profile cultural events draw attention of the global media, so they get a wide cover in the world and also make us understand more about the host country. The participants of the cooperation in culture, artists, involved business, agents, organizers, and so on, may both represent their countries abroad and invite foreigners to their countries. That helps to establish personal dialogue, which is based on high credit, and helps to form the opinion about the country and its lifestyle. Artworks have a potential to generate big emotional attachment. This beer is also a symbol of that. That creates positive impression not only about the cultural issue, but also about the country that has capacities, resources, and power to create such a beauty. The example that I like mostly is Fabergé. Unfortunately, my country lost this brand. Now it belongs to America. The audience of cultural events is almost always global. Also, it's always motivated. The language of culture is international and global, and the values of culture, meaning high culture, not subcultural movements, are also universal. So culture is cosmopolitan. What is more, culture events sometimes become an informal platform where elites may meet and discuss business, but in pleasant atmosphere. No doubt that we could find more characteristics, but now turning to my case, now the case of Russian-Lithuanian relations, and I'm very glad that today there are my colleagues from Latvia and Lithuania. So, labdienas, laba diena. Russia-Lithuania relations may be considered as an exemplary case to study culture as an alternative communication platform that helps to maintain positive dialogue between two countries when the official dialogue is in crisis. Today, official dialogue is really tension between Lithuania and Russia. Opportunities to maintain public dialogue between two states are restricted. Ideas to promote positive cooperation are being criticized by elites and government from both sides. Mass media transmit the official standpoints of the government, and consequently media works on even more amplification of the public break between the two societies, strengthening discredit, spreading stereotypes and myths about each other. That has been leading to estrangement between the two societies of the both countries, and also to increase of world outlook, emotional and even mental break. In the historical perspective, it might become the grand challenge for both states as neighboring countries. Moreover, when the nations stop talking, that means that they at the same time stop listening to each other, stop hearing one another's needs, and are incapable to understand each other's priorities and interests. Thus, voluntarily, they deprive themselves of the opportunity to find the solution. However, Russian high culture artists are still respected and anticipated in Lithuania, and in my opinion, this is because of high reputation of Russian school and mastery in different artistic spheres well known in the world. On the other hand, Russia offers its labor market for Lithuanian artists who are very well accepted in Russian theaters, cinema, galleries, etc. In Russia, there is a historically determined from the USSR times tradition to confer Lithuanian artists with special magnetism. We really like Budraitis and so on, Dichavičius, Donatas Banionis, and so on. How does it work today? The main point is that representatives from both sides travel, see adequate people's lifestyle, communicate, exchange views and information, so they don't miss that adequate understanding of each other. Also, both in Lithuania and Russia, mass media cover events about interaction in culture in positive connotations. And in my opinion, this is the only topic which is today covered positively. What is significant, there is a juridical basis to develop such relations. The agreement signed between the two countries on 10th of May 2001, so that culture that helps keep on communicating in culture sphere. For example, there is no such an agreement in education, and that, in my opinion, complexifies dialogue. One example how it works. This April, in my university, the conference named Pax Baltica was held. The official topic was Estonian Cultures Day, and this not political topic helped to set to one table representatives from the 3 Baltic countries and Russia. I can't remember when it last happened in the official level. And during that conference, everyone mentioned the deficit of the official dialogue, the deficit of public dialogue, the growing stereotypization influenced by media, and the high necessity to discuss problems. And finally, all the participants say thanks to culture that made them come. I liked very much the phrase of Chair for Cultural Relations of Lithuanian Embassy, Aleksandras Šimelis, who said that culture is a very sensitive thing, in particular music, which helps to understand how to enter different modulations. He addressed that to the students, future diplomats, who organized that conference, emphasizing that this entering in different modulations is a very nice knowledge and will help them in their future careers. According to my view, to maintain public dialogue means to develop conditions for sane intergovernmental relations in historical perspective. Moreover, that helps to save one nation's reputation between the individuals, between the society. I think that Russia and Lithuania should promote that cultural dialogue and also education, NGOs, cooperation, and so on, all the tools of soft power. Thank you for your attention, and I'm ready for questions.